Hey, John here again. So we got this indoor project we got to get to. So we got to do this ceiling over because a few years back I had a leak in the roof and caused some water damage in here. I never got to it. That was, like I said, a couple years ago. The roof's been replaced since, but the missus wants that repaired and she doesn't want any more textured ceiling. So that, coupled with the fact that this whole area here has no lighting, zero lighting, so it gets pretty dark in there. There is a floor lamp over there, but it doesn't do much. So I am going to put some can lights while I'm at it, and there is no access up to here, so I'm going to do things a little different. And because I'm doing this myself, I'm just going to do it the way I want. Whether it's code or not code, I don't really care. Yeah, let me fill you in here. So I made some marks on the ceiling just with spray paint where I was going to put lights. I was going to put 6 of them, like six little can lights, and I thought that looks a little busy, so I ended up doing 3. I'll use medium-sized can lights. 3 should be good enough to light this up. I mean, it didn't have any light before, just that floor lamp and whatever the TV emits, and you know, and there's a light in here. But here's where I'm at. So I took this. There's actual power. There's 3 Romex wires coming up. This one goes to you know, the fan in there, and it's a 3-way switch because there's another switch over there that operates the fan and the light. This one actually operates, let me click this on, a floor lamp over there, right? So, and half the, you know, the outlets, because they're the way they're wired. The top half, I think, is when you switch the switch on. That being said, there's the one wire is you know, full power all the time, so that's good. So we got full power coming there, so we're going to branch off of that, and I do have to, I'm going to make this a 3-gang place here, and we'll wire it up. I'll show you that when I get to that. But meanwhile, I made the hole up there, and there's a top sill. There's no way I can get up there and show you the light, but on this top of this wall there was a double top sill, and I was able to get the drill up in there. Had to put the drill up first, you know, just cock it in there, and it took a while, but there was plenty of room up there. Alright, so the way this is working, you can see there's furrings. The first strips are, you know, just a 3/4 inch by, I think it's maybe 1.5 inches thick. And what they did was, see, this is a joist here. That's a joist going up. But whoever built the house put the furring strips this way along the joist, which is going to help me out. So I bought furring strips thinking I was going to do the same thing on this ceiling, you know, on this, but the furring strips are already there, so I'm going to reuse them as far as what my nailers are going to go to, because I thought this was actually, the ceiling was actually to the joist, but they're not, which is good now because I can run wire right through here. I can also go above the joist up here. There's plenty of room up there. There's no access up there, but I can run wire straight down and catch it that way, if you know what I mean. So I'll probably do a box right here, or you know, cut a section out right here and put a junction box up there for the wire. So when we run it from the, you know, straight up the wall and over to here, I'll wire it where, you know, the one leg goes this way and one leg goes to that side, right? Yeah, so couldn't get that thing out. I kind of damaged it. Just put a little sheetrock compound, but look, excuse me, there's a stud here. I bought this 3-gang fella for my new light switch, and now I got to figure out what I want to do here. Put a double back in and then go over here and do a single. Just, you know, kind of like what's over there on that wall, you know, but I don't know. So I'm thinking I want to just try to cut this out. This is the trace here. I'm going to try to make this work with a 3-gang. Not sure if I'm going to get in there and cut that yet. I do have a couple of different kind of tools. Well, let's get rid of this. Right. Yeah, shit, that actually worked out pretty good. just a sheetrock knife. So able to get in here. First I cut that out with a, just a sheetrock, the regular cutter, box cutter kind of thing. Not with this, but get in here with this, and I was able to basically work my way right across, switch sides. So I've got it to a point now where I can knock it off probably with a hammer, right? They're both sides. It didn't take that long either. It's actually, and I'm going to finish it up with a tool like this, but this ain't going to be deep enough, right? It would have bottomed out anyway, so now you can knock that piece off. I think we're going to be golden. See if we can get a good whack. There we go. There it is. Last piece. And where these fall, I think I'm going to get lucky with, I can either do it this side, well, it doesn't matter which side, but this, it's going to fall on this side of the stud, so I think we're going to get lucky. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. Alright, so I just tried to, go up in my hole and feed it down, and it was getting tangled up around here. I thought, oh, maybe there's a cross member or something, but there's not. So I just used some mason line there, and I put a little weight on there. So we got that. So now I'll just cut it here and tie my line to that, right, and then go backwards and pull it down that way. There she goes. I was downstairs looking for something, and I forgot I actually had a snake instead of using the weight on a piece of string. But either way, probably gonna have to use the snake across the ceiling when we get up on the top here to snake it across. Obviously, a weight is not gonna do the trick. So let's see if we can get this shit in there. At least get this wired up so I can close this part up and fix all this and paint it. Wow, I don't have much room to work with at all with the old wire. That box is much, see if I can get a pair of pliers in there. That box is much deeper. This switch will be alright. This one will be a little bit shallow, but I think we're getting there. Yeah, so we got everything wired up the way it was. I put the new switch, the dimmer switch, in the middle. I don't know why, but so everything works. See, yeah, that one works. I just tested everything. So this is the dimmer switch. I just got it hooked to a bulb right now. And then you just adjust the little knob or lever here. So we'll have dimmable switches. Alright, so we got that wire snaked over to here, right? And it's stapled there, so it's this is going to just be a work box where one wire is going to go that way, and one wire is going to go this way. That'll be a light there, and that'll be a light there. This tool makes things pretty easy as far as because it's stiff enough, as you can see here, and there's just quite enough room to, send this booger right through, and it pokes out, no problems. These lights here, halo, right? What did it say? No housing needed. I like that. So it just uses these spring clamps, so we don't have to put a big housing up in there. And I think they have some kind of yeah. So you just wire it into here. All right, so we'll get everything wired up. They make it unbelievably easy nowadays. So that little box there, you just wire, your Romex into that, and it's push pin kind of wire nuts, which is really easy to do. And it just, plugs into the pigtail when you're ready, right? I just got one up here temporarily just to see if they work. They do. They work great. Let me hook the rest of them up. And then afterwards, when the ceiling's all covered, you could find your hole. I'm going to know approximately where the square is going to be, but then we can cut a hole as long as it's between the two joists. Even so, even if it's not between the two joists with these things, they're extremely shallow. I'll show you in a second. the way they got these set up, that's literally like the thickness of a sheetrock, you know, from here, the way it goes on. And then those clips just, they're spring loaded. They dip up, so it's a really shallow, really cool deal. Alright, so everything's buttoned up. We got the lights, well, they're just temporarily there. Temporary, just in place. So I can mark the locations. Alright, so we got everything marked out. This should go lickety split, get some sheetrock, and I don't know, gotta figure out how many pieces I need. But again, it's less than 8 feet, so it's just a matter of just coming this way. Should be easy. Alright, well, hanging sheetrock there on a ceiling by yourself is not fun. Let's just say that, and I ain't as young as I used to be. So I got this load bar over there. My plan is to, I don't know, set it up there or set it on here and then slide it in there. But again, being solo, you just got to get creative. I used to, you know, back in the day when I was younger, use some 2x4s or maybe some ledgers or something, you know, get it up there. But like I said, I ain't as strong as I used to. So hopefully I can still muster this up there. But once we get to one, because this thing's kind of impeding this stupid stove. So once I get to one, the other one should go easier. But let's see what happens. I don't know, man. This is going to be stupid. Probably should call a friend. Phone a friend. I don't know, man. It's going to be really heavy. I don't know, man. I'm already fatigued. I'm already hurting. So now I just got to slide it in. Again, if it wasn't for this stupid stove, I can get a little closer, but again, we got to do what we got to do, right? This son of a bitch stopped working. Screwed me up. Defective. Those load bars, you know, they're not for this kind of job, but they work. Otherwise, like I said, you can use 2x4s and just, you know, have them cut to length and just angle them and then scooch them in to, you know, whatever you got to do. But those got rubber feet, so it's a little better on the floor. So I think I got to go in a little more, and then I'll start screwing it in. And like I said, once we get you know, where we get some good flooring here and not reaching over, that was a little bit sketchy there. Alright, so this second piece there, so hanging sheetrock, you know, just in general is easy to do. When it comes to hanging sheetrock on the ceiling, when you're working alone, you kind of got to get a little creative and get some helping hands. So I just had this piece of screed key there, it's a piece of metal, I just jacked it up. So I'm gonna, you know, start the one end, you know, and take a load bar and hold it up on that end. You see, you know, over there I just used the load bars. It's a little tricky. The sheet is almost a full sheet, so it gets a little heavy over your head trying to screw it in. Okay, I'll just speed this part up. So this is just the heavy lifting. This for me is actually the easy part. I hate the next part, but it's just a matter of screwing it in, cutting a hole for the lights, and took a couple hours, and then I wrapped it up. Okay, so we got the hard stuff done. Well, the heavy lifting stuff done. Now the joint compound, which I actually, it's more tedious. So we just got to start filling in, and then we get to paint and call this, maybe painting a little bit of trim maybe on that part down there. I don't know what I'm going to do there yet. I took a little piece of molding off because just the way it dips in a little bit. So I think I'm going to have probably box this with pine or something. I don't know yet. Maybe a little piece of 3/4 round or something. I don't know. All right, so I did the joint compound. That took a few days. I hate doing joint compound. It takes too long. This is just a one coat of that PVA drywall primer stuff. So I'm going to do 2 coats of that and 2 coats of flat white, just regular ceiling paint there. All right, so we're all done here. We got everything painted up, the ceiling, got the lights in, got all our stuff that we did. All in all, as a do-it-yourself project, it came out pretty good, but it was saved a lot of money doing it yourself. The whole project's probably about $500-600, somewhere in there. With the paint and all. The lights actually cost the most at $45 a whack. So, anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.